Well, I caught one of these big panic pond fish that everybody talks about. Look at that. Look at the size of the belly of that fish. I mean, it's not even, fish is not even that long. But it weighs, I don't even know, 6 pounds? Fish is 19 inches long. And it's that big. Unbelievable. The mouth's not even that big. Look at how small the mouth is. Which, by the way, this fish swallowed. I'm gonna have to dig it out. Alright. Man. Strongest fighting fish I think I've ever caught. People always joke about. They ask me if I get a big fish drag me around in this kayak. Well, this fish actually did. Drag me around. Pulled me up into the brush. That was 15 yards out from the shoreline right there. And he pulled me straight up into the into the grass. I mean, I didn't have my GoPro running, but I wish I had, because it was hilarity. Can't find my pliers. Got a really good one. I can't get him. This one's even bigger than the last one. Woo! I got him. Yeah! So nice. Look at that. It's even better than the last one. It goes about 6, 7, 6, I don't even know. 6. This lake, man, something else. And just to kind of let y'all know what I'm using, that has been the go-to right there. Every fish I've caught's been on that worm. It's a Zoom 8-inch Magnum plum colored lizard with a 1/8 ounce tungsten weight on 30-pound braid. That's it. Nothing sophisticated. I'm using a 5/0 hook too, given the size of these fish. Gotta have something. Gotta have something that can get in there and get them hooked up. And I'm just throwing right along the edge. Well, right along the edge, right next to the brush, and then out in the middle of the lake. You throw against as close as you can get to the trees, the standing trees that are submerged. Just let it drop. And if the fish doesn't hit it when you first throw it and it first drops, they're not going to. So they're reaction strikes. They hit it right when it hits the water. So if I don't get a hit when I first toss it, I just immediately reel it back in. I don't even bother working it. Just straight retrieve. Working so far. We'll see if we can get one. I'd like to catch one of these notorious 10-pounders that are in here, but we'll see. Oh, I got a good one. In deep water though, so I should be able to tire him out. This fish is actually taking drag. I have my drag almost all the way up. Woo! Good looking fish. I can just get him in. Oh yeah. Got him! Got him! Might be the best one yet. So this one wasn't on the trees. This one I actually threw it out in the middle of the lake. I'm in 12 feet of water. Look at that fish. I got the sun on my back. Probably can't see it. Turn around here real quick. There we go. Look at that. Oh man, I don't know. 6 probably. Still not 10. That hook was barely in his mouth too. Oh. Got him. That's number 4. Panic Pond. Look at that fish. Got us another one. This is a good one. Yeah, you can't throw it. Woo! Best one yet. I got a new strat, a new approach to fishing. Took me all day to figure it out, but instantly paid off. So, I've been casting this lizard against the trees and letting it just drop straight down. What I noticed this morning is the fish were up against the bank until the sun hit the bank. And once the sun hit the water, I guess the water warms up too much, and the fish either move up into the weeds where they get shade, or they move out deeper. So I've been seeing on the low rants, there's fish all over the bottom. They're not necessarily against the trees, but they're all sitting just sort of around areas where you have a lot of trees in a small dense area, but just spread out. So rather than just casting, letting it drop and then picking it back up, I put a, man, he actually threw it off. I put a 1/32 ounce, what do you call it? You know, a little pinch weight, split shot weight at the end of this. I just cast as far as I can, just the weight of the lizard and the split shot, and then just drag it as slow as possible along the bottom, just so I can barely feel the bottom. And I got one hit on it, and then third cast, this guy just attacked it. 8 feet of water, not anywhere near a tree, nothing. So it basically gives you a way of kind of trolling along the bottom and finding these fish that are just sort of prowling around. They're staying out of the sunlight, but still stay on the move. Anyway, it's kind of like you retrieve it like you would a Carolina rig, but without a Carolina rig. It's basically just the weight of the lizard plus the tiny split shot. So anyway, this fish, oh, this is definitely the biggest one so far. You can see that fish, you know, I don't even know, 7, gotta be 7 pounds, almost lost it. That's how strong he is. Almost afraid of holding with my left hand. Whew. Anyway, I'm gonna snap a couple pics of this guy, turn him back loose. Again, look at the size of the mouth, not really that big. The fish himself is, you know, fish is 22 inches long. Alright, so it's like midday and the fish have slowed down a little bit. I was going to take a few minutes to share some information about this place. I talked to a guy that is friends with the manager of the lake. He's a kind of game warden. He's a WMA biologist or something. And he explained all the ins and outs of this lake. So this lake is special in that it was naturally formed, 15 acres. They completely drained it in 2010. Completely drained it, filled it back up, stocked it with only female fingerling Florida strain bass, and then stocked supposedly 3,000 pounds of golden shiners into the lake, which I can attest to. I've actually seen them. They look like giant goldfish. I actually thought that's what I was seeing was a koi fish or something. You see them flashing around. So 3,000 pounds of golden shiners and brim and nothing else. So there's nothing, a carp, which I've seen. There's some 30-pound carp running around. So the entire lake has nothing but Florida strain female bass, brim, and carp. So there's no other predator fish at all to feed on the brim. There are no junk fish. So they add fertilizer or something to the water to increase the nutrient content, which gives the brim more to feed on, which causes them to reproduce, which gives the bass even more to eat. So the net of it is you have a lake full of bass that were fingerlings in 2010. They've had 5 years to grow with an ideal food source in South Georgia. You know, water temperature doesn't get very low. You can't even fish here in June or July because the water's too hot. And the idea being that water being 92 degrees or whatever, the fish you catch, it stresses them out so much that you'll kill them. So they won't even let you fish here during the primary hot period of the summer. You can only keep one fish 24 inches or more. And I can tell you that all the fish I've caught, even the last one that was like 6.5 pounds, still only 23 inches. So these fish are like 19, 20 inches long, and they're 5 pounds, which is unbelievable to me. Shows you how fat they are, how well fed they are. But also shows you that you really pretty much got to catch and release. Unless you catch a fish that's probably, to be 24 inches, it would have to be, and I'm still trying to catch one, 9 or 10 pounds. The guy said the biggest they've caught so far is about 10.5 pounds. So they've only had 5 years. I didn't even know bass could get to 10 pounds in 5 years, which is incredible. So that's the story on why this lake is so freakishly good. So I'm gonna keep trying, see if I can catch one of these 24-inch fish. Got another one. This will be number 5. The second fish off the same. I'm not. I'm kicking his ass. Look at him, he's dead. Yeah! Woo! Look at that fish. I mean, where else in Georgia can you go and catch 5 fish like this in a single day? I mean, it's just silly. So that's let's see, 5, 20, 8, 9, 30, 31. It's about 32 pounds in 5 fish. Is this 5 or 6? I've actually lost count. I think this is 5. Yeah. So it's, I don't know, it's like 30 pounds. Crazy. Same strat. Tiny little split shot. With the Magnum lizard. Magnum lizard just killing them. Florida bass. I'd like to actually catch a couple of fish while the GoPro is running, but I only have 6 hours of battery, and the fish have been so few and far between that I would have already run out. So I've had to start it once I get them hooked up. It's good enough. One thing about these Florida bass, look how big the fish is, look how small the mouth is. I think that's a Florida strain bass thing. It must be. They have really small mouths. Huge fat bodies. They're not that long. I mean, again, this fish, 20 inches with his mouth open, so maybe 19 and a half. It's, you know, he's got to weigh in it. Oh, let's find out real quick. Oh, can we guess? Oh, it's heavy. I'm getting tired though, but I'm still gonna guess it's 5'9", maybe 6. Let's see. Oh shit, hold on. Alright, let's take a look. Probably 6. It sure feels heavy. Did I say 5'9"? Well, it's 5'6", 8". I don't know how to make those things to hold. I guess if I press it again, it'll hold the weight. 5'6", 8". Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh yeah, come on. Keep him out of the bushes, come on. Oh. Keep him out of the weeds. Oh, I got him. Whew. Oh. He wanted to go into that. He wanted to go into those weeds so bad. Man, it's a big fish. Oh, look at that. Whew. All right. See if we can get out of these weeds. All right. There she is. Beautiful fish. So fat, look at that. Lengthwise, this fish is only not very long. 20 inches. And it weighs 6 pounds. So that just gives you an idea what kind of fish they have at this lake. Alright, so say goodbye to this little guy. This lake was founded in 2010. They completely drained it, stocked it full of fingerlings. This fish is only 5 years old, so you can imagine what this lake's going to be like in another 5 years. You'll have, 13, 15 pound largemouth come out of this lake. It's going to be amazing. Whew. Love it.